What's the word, Cuzos? Happy Sunday. Um, Yesterday we had some technical difficulties. Out of all of our hands, my lights was out for damn near half the day, so I couldn't finish the live. I couldn't get it uploaded to YouTube, but we did for the ones who was, that's the benefit of being on Twitch in the lives. We did get some solid reads early, so I do apologize for that. So today, I'm not going live today. I got a lot going on this Sunday. Time to reset for the new week, but of course I can't leave y'all hanging. So y'all know I still gonna do a pre-record, get this uploaded for y'all. Before we go any further, make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn the noties on over here on YouTube, especially like. Make sure y'all like it. Let's get this video to like 100 likes. It helped get in the algorithm to help other people. We want to get this Cuzzo info out to as many people as possible. You know what I'm saying? So make sure if you do nothing else, you like the stream. If you new, the website that we're on and any other website that I'm affiliated with the promo code to save you some money on your subscription, it's in the description of this video. In every video I upload, even lives when we bring it over to YouTube after. All you got to do is look in the description and everything you need to know is in the description. So let's get into this slate today. All early games. I see the last game is at 4. We got another big slate. I see a lot of green, high temperatures, which is great for carry. A few games I see wind coming in, but you got majority of the games wind going out. Home run friendly park. So we should have another good day like the last 2, 3, 4, 5 days we've been having. If we just follow the reads, live with the results, make sure we plan our straights. If we parlaying, we round robin, right? So let's get into it. Let me get this. I'm gonna take me off the screen to get out the way so we can just have all info. All right, so let's go over here to these matchups. Let's see what we got. So we got the Cubs Yankees at 135. 80 degrees. I see winds coming in. Yankee Stadium is a home run friendly park. Y'all hear me say that so much. I'm sure a lot of y'all know it, but if you knew, Yankee Stadium is one of them parks. I will put I'll pin a comment for the new people where you can see which parks are home run friendly and which parks aren't for the ones who newer again. So we got Shada Imanaga versus Will Warren. Shada 10 homers on the year, 1 to left-hand batters, 9 to righties. You can see that more damage is done from right-hand batters from looking here. He giving up on average 2 homers a game to right-hand batters with a 12% home run to fly ball rate, which makes sense. He a lefty, so it's the split that's doing more damage to him, more fly balls that go up, leave. You can see he got a less than 1 homer with a 4% home run to fly ball to lefties. So they don't get his solid contact, I'll say, to his pitches. Will Warren, 8 homers, 6 to lefties, 2 to righties. He the opposite. Same thing, though. It's the split. 6 homers to lefties. About a homer a game, a 15% home run to fly ball. So these right here indicate to you which hand does more damage to that pitcher. So that's what home run per 9 and home run to fly ball is basically indicating to you from just looking at it with the naked eye. All right, so let's get into these batters. Aaron Judge, which we already know, they got him at 165, which is laughable. I don't care who you are. You could have been Barry Bonds. 165 for homers is insane to me, but it makes sense. 104 exit velocity, 60% barrel. Last 10 at-bats to lefty pitchers pitching a splitter and a four-seam. Last 5 at-bats, he's still 100 exit velo average, 80% barrel. Let's see if this pitcher is dominant in any. So he got a 50% four-seam, 45% splitter. So what I like to do, if they have a pitch that's over 40%, I like to isolate those pitches since they're going to see them so much. It's just see what do they do against that. So I'm going to isolate the four-seam. Nothing changed. The four-seam, just all four-seam. All you see is bright green. Down here is individual logs. So this is individual at-bats. So you love to see a lot of bright green down here on back-to-back at-bats because that tell you that person consistently is hitting the ball hard and he's barreling the ball. He's getting solid contact on individual at-bats, back-to-back at-bats. The other pitch was a splitter. Let me see. So I guess in these last 10 at-bats, he haven't seen a splitter. So that makes sense. So, yeah, Judge automatically is on there. Volpe, let me see, 96-10, last five, 92-20. Let's see his stat cast. Make sure you're hitting fly ball. 60% ground balls last five, 40% ground balls, 40% line drives last 10. I tend to stay away from those. I really want like a 30% or higher fly ball percent in your last five or last 10. So this telling me that he hitting a lot of ground balls. He getting solid contact, but it don't matter how hard you hit the ball if they're ground balls. That won't help us get it over the wall. Belly. Belly is a lefty who been hitting left-hand batters good. You can see like 2 games ago. Oh no, these are different games. 7-11, 6:30. Well, it's 3 days back to back, it looked like. He had a homer to the four-seam sweeper. See, like, look, he throw the four-seam 50% of the time. So I would isolate the four-seam as well. It's good to know that he hitting both pitches good. He got solid metrics against both. Let's see about this four-seam. Four-seam, he still got a 40% barrel last five, 30% barrel last 10. Fly balls is high. He got a high fly ball. He got a nice home run per fly ball. And half of the baseballs he hit is hard hit, which is 95 miles per hour. 95 miles an hour or higher. So that's good to know as well against the four-seam alone. So he got great metrics. You can look at his splits as well. He loved playing in Yankee Stadium. It's damn near 600 slugger with 12 of his 16 homers at home. 500 slug, 6 homers during the day. He having a great month. 700 slug with 4 this month. 500 slug with 4 homers on Sundays. A 700 slug with 6 homers versus lefties. So all his splits are green. Splits look great. His stat cast look great. He getting a lot of fly balls. And his metrics look great as well. 40% barrel last 5, 30% barrel last 10. And again, you can just look right here and see a bunch of bright green. Not only bright green, but it's a bunch of clusters. So it's back-to-back at bats. He consistently is hitting the four-seam very well from left-hand pitchers. And you got him at 450. Now we got some value there. Okay, Goldie. Let me see. He got solid metrics last 5, last 10, 30% fly ball. 60% hard hit, 10% home run per fly ball. Last 5, his fly ball went up, his hard hit went up. Let me put this right here on lefties. Let me see where you at. Paul. He having a solid year, all green against left-hand pitchers. 5 homers. You can see his batting average. You can see his slug. You can see his 300 ISO. So he also was hitting lefties well. Let's see with this four-seam alone. Nothing changed there. So he's still seeing the four-seam very well. You can see four-seam isolated. Still got a 30% barrel last 10, 20% barrel last 5. Still hitting fly balls last 5. Still hitting fly balls last 10 at 375. And who does the more damage? Which is what we want too, because more damage is done from righties. So I'm loving Paul as well. %40 fly, 40 hard hit, 20% he hitting ground balls with a bigger sample size. All right, Jazz, he been seeing the ball well. Let's see if he hitting some fly. 60% fly ball, 60 hard hit last 5. 60% fly ball, 50% hard hit last 10. He have 17 homers against them with a 500 slug and a 265 ISO on the year. So he's also hitting left-hand pitchers with power as well. At 475 on Bet365 is your best odds. So I like Jazz as well. So yeah, so the 3 I'm loving as far as Cody, Paul, and Jazz. Now let me see some with Jazz splits. He loved playing in Yankee Stadium. 455 with 6 during the day, 600 with 3 during the month, 700 slug with 4. 1 versus lefties out of his 18. Okay, so seeing that, I love everything about it. Seeing that he only got 1 of his 18 versus lefties, Paul is by far my favorite. Seeing the metrics and also knowing that he's the weak hand of Shada. He's a righty. If I had to pick my second option between Cody and Jazz, it would be Cody, because Cody is actually hitting left-hand pitchers better. 374 batting average, 700 ISO, 7 home runs versus Jazz having a lower batting average, a lower slug, and only 1 homer. But that would be like my third option. So if I had to pick 2, it would be Paul and Paul, and then Cody Bellinger. And then again, don't sleep on Jazz though. But if I had to pick the better two, it's Paul and Cody. Again, we got Will Warren. His weaker side is this lefty. So if we see, no matter what we find, the lefties is the ones we really want to target. Do he have any dominant pitches? Yes, he has a 46% four seam. So seeing all the pitches combined, Pete Crow looked crazy. 92 average, 20% barrel last 5. 95 average, 40% barrel last 10. 50% fly ball. He got a great home run per fly ball. 30%, 1 out of every 3 fly balls he hit from righties pitching any of these pitches is going out the park. 60% hard hit. Last 5, 40% fly ball, 20% home run. He hitting even more consistent on the 95 mile an hour exit velocity. Right? So his metrics look good. StatCast look good. Let's isolate this four seam. Let's see what he got going. Seeing he hitting the four seam well. 20% barrel, 40% last 5. 2 of his last 3 at bats is 400 footers. So that's very telling. StatCast, he's still hitting the fly balls. He got an even higher home run per fly ball on just the four seam alone. Still hitting the ball hard consistently. Last 10, 40%, 20%, 50. So his metrics and his StatCast look great against the entire pitch mix and the four seam isolated, since he will see that so much today with him damn near pitching it 50% of the time. His splits, 528 with 14 homers on the road, 600 slug with 12 during the day, 600 slug, he's in his zone this month. Damn near 300 batting average with 4 homers this month, 500 slug, 3 on Sundays, 600 slug with 19 homers against righties. So his splits look amazing. His metrics look amazing. His StatCast look amazing. So Pete Crow for sure at 375. And we see that, again, that's the weak side of Warren. That's where he get the most damage done to him at. He got the power. Crazy power. Let's see if we get some 40% fly ball, 60% line drive, 60 hard hit, 40, 40, 50. So I like this. Somebody asked me yesterday, his line drive is higher than his fly ball. If I can get a 30 or 40% fly ball out of you and the line drive or ground ball ain't like 30, 40% higher than that, I will still identify that. So even though the line drive is higher, I'm still getting a high fly ball percentage out of you. And that little 20% difference isn't enough to make me ignore this high fly ball percentage, if that makes sense. He hitting the ball consistently hard, 60% last 5, 50% last 10. So that's good to know. Let me see some first righties over here. Where he at? For the year, 400 slug, 156 ISO, 408 with 8 on the road, 7 homers during the day. He got a homer this month, 1 on Sundays. Versus righties, he have 10 of his 15 homers at plus 650. So we're going to come back to that. I love everything about that. This might be like that quote-unquote long shot. We're going to see, though. What I didn't look at, hold on, let me see something. For Swanson, you a righty. Do he got a dominant pitch to you? A sinker. Let me see what you got. What's going on with this sinker? Last 10, last 5. So his stuff dropped, less fly balls, everything like that if I isolate that sinker. So I'm glad I just went back to that. So let me see. So the sinker, I'm assuming here, right? Okay, so the sinker to righties, the four seam to lefties. Noted. So I like Suzuki. Suzuki been going crazy. These last 5, he ain't been hitting the sinker four seam sweeper as well. His last 10, you got a 30% barrel, 40% fly ball, 20% home run to fly ball, 50 hard hit. Again, last 5, he still got the fly ball up there, even though we seen that his exit velo dropped, which you can see right here, 20% hard hit. He hasn't hit the pitches as hard consistently, 20%. And you can look right here, the last 5 at bats, you only see 1 over 95. So that's that 20%. Now let's isolate this sinker. Let's see what you got going on versus this sinker. So the sinker, he's actually hitting well. You see a lot of bright green, 20% barrel, 91 exit velo last 5, 94 exit velo, 30% barrel last 10, 30% fly ball, 60% hard hit last 5, 40% fly ball, 20% home run to fly ball, 40% hard hit. So he actually hit the sinker well, more consistently. So that's good to know. Suzuki is at 4-1 odds. That's great odds for him. So yeah, Suzuki look good with all the pitches and with the pitcher with the pitch he'll see more often than not today, the sinker. He's actually making great contact with that, getting some solid contact. We see a lot of bright green here. So that's good to know. Versus righties, Suzuki got 17 homers this year with a 500 slug and a damn near 300 ISO. So he is he hitting lefties very good this year and more recent. Kyle Tucker, 20% barrel last 5, 10% last 10. I know he a lefty, so let's isolate this four seam. He's seeing the four seam good. 96-40 last 5, 95-20 last 10. 40% fly ball, 60 hard hit. 60% fly ball, 60% hard hit. Today might be the day that Tucker snap out of it. Let's see. On the road, 500 slug with 12 homers. During the day, 450 slug, 7 homers. July, we all know that he having a bad month so far. But today could be the day. Like I was saying about Julio. Sundays, 500 slug with 3 homers versus righties. 500 slug with 11 homers. More homers than his lefties. So he likes seeing righties. And you getting them at plus 400 odds. So today might be the day that Tucker actually snap out of it, out of this cold streak. Because he definitely identify he can. Bush, seeing the ball crazy. 96 exit velo average with a 20% barrel last 10. 96-20 last 5. 40% fly ball, 60% hard hit. 50% fly ball, 50% hard hit. So he is making solid contact. He a lefty, so let's isolate this four seam. Make sure what you can see is 46%. The four seam, oh yeah, look at all these. Look at all this bright green back-to-back at bats. 102, 40% his last 5. 80% fly ball, 40% home run, 60% hard hit. Now, I don't know if he going to play. I would suggest waiting on lineups. We all know how Sundays can get. Last day of the series, it's a sluggish day. This is where a lot of players may sit, so maybe that's why we don't got no odds for Bush. So I would say today is one of them days where if you want to eliminate some voids, I would suggest you wait on actual lineups. Do your notes, go through the stream. That's why I'm doing it early, so you got more than enough time. And we'll go from there. But this look crazy. Bush shit looks stupid when you isolate the four seam. And then even without the four seam, with all the pitches, it looked great. So Bush might go crazy today if he play. Carson Kelly, we talked about him yesterday. He don't look as good today. So yeah, so we got Suzuki, Pete Crow, and Bush. I would lean more Pete Crow and Bush, seeing that Warren's weak spot is that left-hand batter. Pete Crow is at 375. I don't know if Bush gonna play, but he would be my second option. Honestly, forcing 91-40. Honestly, Bush would be probably my first option. Bush should look crazy right here, but look at this four seam alone. Look at the four seam alone, 102-40, and then look right here at these like last 5 at bats. He is mashing that bitch. So Bush would be my first option. Then Pete Crow, Suzuki would be my last option. If Bush don't play against, go Pete Crow and Suzuki. So yeah, so we got that, and then we'll at the very end we'll go and see who fall in weak spots as well. All right, on to the next. Marlins Orioles at Camden. This is a great park for left-hand batters. Lefties love Camden. Right field got that short porch, so lefties love pulling the right field. This is a home run, like the best park. Them in the Phillies park is the best park for left-hand batters. You got 84 degrees, so we got some great weather for carry. It's saying 31% chance of rain, so be mindful of that. We got winds going out to left field. We got Yuri Perez, 2 homers, 1 to both hands. He a little stingy. He like closer to 1 here, but he really not even giving up a homer to either hand with low home run to fly ball. So that kind of tell you as well that when you're dealing with a ground ball pitcher. If you click on the pitcher now, you can see their metrics. So let's go like last 10. This is the pitcher. If we pick a hand, we can see like, okay, last 10 at-bats to right-hand batters. He averaging an 87 mile an hour exit velo with a 0% barrel. Switch to lefties. This is where he's getting the damage done. 97 mile an hour exit velo with a 20% barrel. His last 10 left-hand at-bats. You can also go here and see if they giving up fly balls. So he giving up a 50% fly ball with a 70% hard hit to his last 10 to lefties. Righties, 60% fly ball, 40% hard hit. So I wanted to make y'all aware that a lot of people don't know. You can actually look at the pitcher metrics as well, metrics and StatCast. So let's get into these batters. 93-10 last 5, 97-20. So Ryan O'Hearn making solid contact. He got a 40% fly ball, 80% hard hit. 4 out of every 5 baseballs he hit from righties pitching any of these pitches is 95 miles an hour or more off the bat. Last 10, 50% fly ball, still holding that 30% we want. Ryan O'Hearn, he is actually batting well versus lefties. He got green everywhere. 500 slug with a 200 ISO, making great contact against them as well. Home, he loved playing at home, which like I said, lefties love playing here. So I know he loved playing here. 8 homers at home, 475, 3 homers during day games. He having a slower month. No homers this month so far. 700 slug with 2 homers on Sunday. 500 slug with all 11. Keep that in mind. All 11 of his homers is versus right-hand batters. He don't got a single homer versus lefties. So I love this Ryan O'Hearn with a plus 550. Let me see. Hold on. 4-seam, 52%. Let's see if all this still look the same with the 4-seam alone. 96-10 last 10. 95. 20% fly ball last 5. Last 10. 40%, 50. So he's still seeing. You can even look right here. He's still seeing the 4-seam well with a 96-10 over the last 10. So I still like this, especially at these odds, 550. That's great value on him. 60% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball, 40 hard hit for Jackson. 40%, 20%, 40. So he got good StatCast. His metrics is decent. This is what we want to see. Again, he a lefty, so we know he got that 4-seam. Please throw him a 4-seam. Please throw him a 4-seam. 98-60 last 5. Last 10, 99-50. His shit look even crazier. 30% fly ball, 70 hard hit. Now you got to be careful. This got a 70% line drive. But if you go to the more recent at-bats, it flips. 60% fly ball, 20% home run per, 60 hard hit. So he loved the fastball, which Perez throws 52% of the time. So he's going to see a lot of them. And you getting him at 525, which is great value. So you got him at great value. Let's see, 94-20 for Gunnar, his last 5 at-bats versus righties, pitching the 4-seam curve or slider. 40% fly, 20% home run, 60% hard hit. Isolate the 4-seam. Now this is where he having trouble at. The 4-seam he ain't seeing well. 10% fly ball, last 5, 20% fly ball. So the 4-seam he ain't getting under as well as the rest of the pitches, which we know he's going to see, again, 52% of the time being a lefty. So, that's interesting to know. His splits look good. It look like all green splits. Jackson, I feel like, and O'Hearn look better when you take into account all the pitches and then that 4-seam alone that they're going to see more often than not. That throw me off a Gunner. Jordan, let's see. Last 5, last 10, 40% fly ball, last 10, 60 hard hit, 40% fly ball, 80% hard hit. That's good to know. What is he? Jordan Westberg, do they throw anything dominant? Oh, the 4-seam, he throw dominant to both hands. So I like these metrics. Let's see what he got against his 4-seam. The 4-seam, he hitting well. 40% fly, 20% home run per fly, 60% hard hit. So Jordan Westberg is definitely in there at plus 450. Wins going to left field, so that's going to help righties. Colton Cowser. A lot of bright green going on. Let's see. Is these 40% fly ball, 70% hard hit, 40% fly ball, 80% hard hit last 5. Love the metrics. Let me see. Versus righties, Colton. 7 homers, 500 slug, damn near 300 ISO. So he making solid contact as well against lefties. But again, let's isolate this 4-seam. Oh yeah, 100. Oh shit, with a 20% barrel. Last 10, 94-10. Again, you can come right here and look. You're seeing a lot of bright green. 367, 425, 368. So he definitely in there as well. this throws me off every time about him, especially being a lefty in a left hand friendly park that he have none of his 8 homers at home. Every time I see that, that throw me off. His splits ain't the best neither. You see a lot of red on his splits, except for this. This is good to know. 7 of his 8 homers with a 500 sluggers versus righties. Again, I do like this, but Jackson and O'Hearn, not only did their shit look just as good, they had better value. So yeah, so if I got to pick two, it's Jackson and O'Hearn. Then you got Westberg and Cowser right behind when you isolate their pitches. But O'Hearn at 550 and Jackson Holiday at 525, those looked at way better with way better value. We got Brandon Young. He only got let me see, 3 homers, 2 to lefties, 1 to righties, with about 1.5 homers a game to lefties with a 22% home run to fly ball. Take this with a grain of salt. It's a smaller sample size with only 22 innings pitched, so these numbers will be exaggerated a little, but it's still good to identify. He's a righty, so it would make sense that lefties is the ones giving him hell. 44% four seam. Okay, so we got Stowers. His last 5, his last 10. He not making the best contact. He not seeing the, I ain't gonna say seeing the ball well, but he not making that solid contact we want. But let's isolate this four seam and see if anything changed. And it doesn't. He's hitting the ball distance, the angle's there, but he's not consistent. 70, 74s. Look, like he's not consistently hitting the ball hard, which you could tell from his average exit velo being so low. So keep that in mind. So yeah, not Stowers ain't look like I thought he would. To righties, do he got a dominant pitch? It's more even. I mean, you can isolate the four seam, but it's more even. We can look and see. I think we seen him yesterday. The four seam, he hit the four seam better, but nah, I guess not against righties. Yesterday was a lefty. 40% fly, 20% hard hit, 40% fly. Let's see against the four seam alone. The barrel there. He got a decent fly ball and he got a home run per fly ball. He might go again today. He might go again. And he might be in a sneaky spot. 95, boom. We can isolate the four seam and see if that changes anything. 40% line, 60% hard hit. Okay. Ramirez, he looked good. He owed down from yesterday. 101, 40% barrel last 10. 98, still got that barrel last 5. So I definitely like this. Let's make consistently for the year. The 2 on the right is the full year. So you can see consistently for the year, he making solid contact versus righties pitching a four seam cutter and or a curveball. Let's isolate this four seam and see if anything stick out. Four seam, still same damage. 30% fly ball, 40% hard hit, 20% fly ball, 20% home run, 60 hard hit. What did his StatCast look like with all the pitches? 40% fly, 20%, 80 hard hit last 5, 40% fly ball, 20%, 80. So yeah, so Ramirez is in a great spot again today. He looked good as far as all of that versus righties. He got a 468 with a 232 slug. 500 slug with 10 homers on the road. Damn near 500 slug, 6 homers during the day. 2 homers this month. 471 with 2 on Sunday. And 468 with 10 of his 14 versus righties. So, love Ramirez. Last 10, you got the 50% fly, 30% hard hit. 60% fly, 20% hard hit. Okay, now let me see against the four seam. That's where it opened up at. 40% fly, 50% hard hit. 40% fly, 60% hard hit. Sanchez, let me see what your splits look like. 5 on the road, 3 during the day. 462, none this month. Sunday, 6 of his 7. I like his metrics in his StatCast. His splits ain't the best. 80% fly ball, 40% home run per fly ball, 40 hard hit. 40, 20, 30. So this shit probably gonna look crazy without, yep, he got a crazy barrel. Let's see if we isolate the four seam. 20% barrel, Kept the fly ball. Still got a home run per fly ball ratio. 20% hard hit. 20%. He might be in a sneaky spot at plus 650. Connor Norby. My boy Hernandez. He got the barrel 40%, 94 exit velo, 40% fly, 20% home run per fly. Consistent hard hits. Last 10, 30% fly. Still got the 50% hard hit, 10% home run per fly ball. Let's isolate the four seam, and they get even bloodier. Oh yeah, 60% fly ball, 20% home run, 60 hard hit. He don't have a line. Again, we got to see if he play. He's seeing right-handed pitchers well. He got a 600 slug with damn near a 300, a 250 ISO. So I'm wondering what his odds may be. So the only one I actually really liked so far was Ramirez and Sanchez. No, Sanchez, I ain't like his splits. Connor Norby. Connor Norby might be in a little gem spot at this plus 650, but I'm also interested in seeing what they gonna put Hernandez at if he play. He would be my second option if they put his lines up if he end up playing today. Rays Red Sox, 80 degrees. Another one with winds coming in, so be very mindful of that. Now you got Ryan Pepiot, who is one of those type of pitchers you target. 17 homers on the year, 6 to lefties, where he giving up a homer a game, 12% home run per fly ball. But the damage is coming from these righties. 11 homers to righties, almost 2 homers a game to righties, with a 17% home run per fly ball. So when you got a couple different names and you trying to identify which one to pull the trigger on, these are the things that you can kind of cross-reference with. Looking at which hand is more get their rocks off more, or looking at who fall in the weak spot. But these are all after. These are all after you are coming off of looking over there. Now, Trevor Story, I wasn't even looking up here. I was about to come up here to look at pitches, which he do have a dominant pitch. But if you come here at matchups, look at this. On 8 at-bats, Trevor Story has a 1,400 slug, a 600 batting average, a 750 ISO, and 2 homers against Ryan Pepiot. If you don't remember to look at it from here, you can also come over here and look at it from most home run versus pitchers. Oh my God. Altuve has 7 homers versus Uvalde. Azuna 3, but look, Trevor Story right here for the 2 on 8 at-bats. So keep that in mind. That's crazy. I wasn't even thinking about Altuve got 7 homers against him. Okay, here we are. We was right here. So Trevor Story. So that's good to know. Now let's come here and look at these metrics. And we did say that he got a 4-seam dominant. So last 5, last 10 versus righties with a 4-seam slot or a changeup. He haven't been making the best contact. Let me see. High ground ball percentage. Last 10, high last 5. Let's see with the 4-seam alone. He still got a high ground ball. He's still not making the best contact, at least in the now. Right now, I don't like it. Now, if you want to take him because of the history with Pepiot, by all means. But looking at like his form right now, how he's seeing the ball against these pitchers and these pitches, Bregman back today. They don't got his line up today. I mean, his line. Yeah, his line. This boy been cooking. 40% fly ball, 70% hard hit. He got a home run per fly ball. His last 5, not so good. 60% line drive, 20% home run, but that 20% home run per fly ball is good with a 60% hard hit. So if you go over the bigger sample size, he's making more solid contact. Now to righties, yep. So the 4-seam, let's isolate this 4-seam. He's seeing the 4-seam very well. A lot of bright green down here with just the 4-seam alone. 40% fly ball, 80% hard hit when he's seeing fastballs. 70% hard hit when he's seeing that fastball. So he's seeing the fastball well at plus 630. Oh, lineup confirmed. So this is already in the order. So that's very weird that this is confirmed, but no Bregman line. So I like that Rafaela, especially at plus 630. Hold on, who this? Mayer. He got solid metrics. 40% fly ball, 60% hard hit. He makes solid contact. uh 60% ground ball over his last 10. He's still making that solid contact. Let me see. Mayer, 2 home runs at home, 1 during the day, none this month, none on Sunday. Four versus righties. He might be in a sneaky spot with that power. Romy, he been seeing the ball well. Look at his last 5, 106.40 from righties pitching these pitches. Like you can look right here, he 110, 108, 104, 107, 110. Like it's crazy contact. 60% fly ball, 100% hard hit his last 5. Last 10, a 60% hard hit. So he consistently hits the ball with power. 20% home run to fly ball. Versus righties, 443 with a 186 ISO. 651 slug, 3 homers at home, 700 slug, 2 during the day. Damn near 1,000 slug on 26 at bats. That's crazy. With 2 homers this month, 550 slug with 1 on Sundays, and a 400 slug with 1 versus righties. He got great splits. He got great StatCast. He got great metrics. Let's see. Off the 4-seam alone, everything went up. 107.40 last 5. 102.30 last 10. Fly ball 30%, 90% hard hit. Last 5, 40%. So he makes solid contact, but not only do he make solid contact, he makes solid contact often. So Romy Gonzalez is in a great position as well. We just don't know what his line is. So Romy, Rafaela, and Mayer might be in a sneaky spot at this plus 800 with that power he has. But if I had to pick 2, it's definitely Romy Gonzalez and this Rafaela, or Rafaela, however you say his name. Those 2 got the best far as the full pitch mix and the 4-seam alone. They both making crazy contact. And look, that's what we wanted. 2 righties. We want right-hand batters against Pepiot. That's where his super weakness is. Going up against Brian Bello. 9 homers, 4 to lefties, 5 to righties. More damage is done from the right-hand side as well. So, do he got dominant pitches? Yes, he got a 53% sinker versus righties. So his metrics don't look the best versus these sinker sweeper. If we just take and put the sinker alone, let's see. A lot of ground balls. Yeah, more ground balls, the bigger sample size. So we see 96-20 Yainer. Last 5, 99-20. But they all line drives. That's tough. Last 10, yeah, he a line drive player against these pitches. Even when you just isolate the sinker, he go more ground ball, line drive. Yep, not a lot of fly balls. He definitely got the metrics, though. He got the power. It's just not in the direction we want, which is up at plus 700. Aranda, let's see if he pitching anything dominant to lefties. No, that's all fairly equal, so we ain't got to isolate no pitches. 40% line. But again, he got a 30% fly ball, so that little 10% more ain't going to, I wouldn't pay no attention. 70% hard hit. Last 5, 60% hard hit. Let me see. First righties. Aranda, 500 slug, 200 ISO, 11 homers with a 331 batting average. So he's seeing lefties well. I mean, right-hand pitchers well, my bad. Got solid metrics. StatCast, he getting decent fly balls at plus 600. I love that value. T-Wall, this guy right here, 50% fly ball, 30% hard hit last 10, 80% fly ball with a 20% hard hit last 5. That's the only thing that don't make sense. This is what you love to see. All of this bright green on back-to-back at-bats. He get the angle. They fly balls. He get the distance. The only thing that has him not getting no homers is he is hitting it. He just not hitting the ball hard enough. If these was 95-mile-an-hour exit velocities, damn near all of these would be out. I don't know how this stayed in 95, 35, 359, but that's the only thing that's stopping him. He bright green angle and distance damn near every at-bat, which is good to know. The only thing that he missing is the power to go behind it to give it them extra couple feet to be a home run. That's why his odds is plus 1,300. But I'ma say it every time I see it, that's insane. And that's crazy value for somebody who we seeing who can get balls in the air, pause, and with distance. Is that power. It's like if you could just hit it one time with some speed on there, Your exit velocity, that's out of here at plus 1300. That's crazy value. So he always gonna be a gem to me as long as the pitches he's seeing that day look like that. 40% line drive, 80%. Let's see if we isolate the sinker. We isolate the sinker is 0% fly ball. Okay, so you don't see the sinker as well. So yeah, Aranda probably will be my best option at great value, plus 600. It was, hold on, did I do J-Lo? Yeah. These pitchers who about to see that sinker a lot, this look like the righty's about to have a hard time today. But again, the lefty, Aranda, I like him. And the long shot for sure is this Walls at plus 1300. He's going to be a long shot every time I see his I see these individual logs look like that. And as long as he keep holding a 50% fly ball last 10 and an 80 last 5, like I'm going to continue to say that that's a gem. All it takes is a little power behind one of them and it's out of here. I would say if you don't want to take that plus 1300, I can just imagine what his total baseline is. So go that route if need be. Because they're going to have value with his home run being that high. Mariners, Tigers. We got 80-degree weather. We got winds that look like it's going to like left field. We got Logan Gilbert, 9 homers, 5 to lefties with almost 2 homers a game with a 22% home run to fly ball. This mattered because he got the innings pitched. So this is an accurate sample size. That he giving up 22% home run to fly ball ratios. Lefties make him pay if they can get the ball up. Righties, 4 homers, 1 homer a game, 17% home run to fly ball. Jack, 17 homers, 10 to lefties, 7 to righties. Another one. He got the innings pitched. So these are accurate numbers. He giving up 2 homers a game to lefties with a 21% home run to fly ball and a homer a game with a 14% to righties. Riley Green. Okay. Riley, last 5, 89, 90 basically, 20%. Last 10, 94, 10. 50% fly ball, 40% hard hit. Last 5, more fly balls, higher home run to fly ball, 40% hard hit. Riley Green splits, 476 with 9 at home, 400 with 6 during the day, 500 slug with 4 this month, basically a 500 slug with 2 on Sunday, and a 600 slug with 23 out of his 23 at-bats is against righties. So everything checks off for Riley Green, and they giving you him at 5-1 odds today. Great value for Riley Green. Torque. Metrics look good. You can see it from here as well. A lot of bright green back-to-back at-bats. We getting consistent power, contact, 40% fly ball, 20% home run to fly ball, 40% hard hit. Last 5, 40%, 20% more hard hit, more consistent 95 mile an hour exit velos coming off the bat. Torque 442 with a 215 ISO. Batting good at home, batting good during the day, batting good this month. Sundays ain't been his best day, but that ain't enough to take me off a person because the day is off if everything else check off. With a 442, 12 homers versus righty. And another one. Another one at 5-1 odds. Like what's the name just was? Hold on, let me see some Torque so make sure to righties. Okay, it's the same. All right, yeah. So let me see. Colt Keith. He got the power. He just not getting the ball up as much. 40%, 80% hard hit at 650. He might go just because I liked him yesterday and he ain't do nothing. 80% line drive. 20% barrel. Hold on. 60% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball. Wish his hard hit percentage was higher. 40, 10, 30 at plus 900. 6 homers at home with a 600 slug. Damn near a 600 slug with 5 during the day. 700 slug, 3 this month. Sundays ain't been the best to him versus righty. 7 of his 8. Y'all, this might be our gem at plus 900. %40 fly, 60 hard hit. 60% fly, 50% hard hit. No line for Matt Vierlin. That's ass, 10%. Yeah, so it's your automatics, what we consider the chalks. Don't overthink it, and you getting good value at them. Especially, you ain't even got to overthink it. When the players who you know get homers, you getting them at great value. It's no point in even overthinking it. If you like their metrics for the day and you getting them at 4-1 or higher odds, it's no point in overthinking them at all. And our long shot is definitely this Dingler, which just dropped that fast from 900 to 850. And when the odds go down, that's telling you something. All right, do pitches. So he got a dominant pitch to left. He a righty, so the lefties he throwing that four seam. All right, so this is Kyle at plus 270. He don't look the best from the slider knuckle curve four seam combination, and it's most likely that knuckle curve. But let's see if we isolate the four seam. You're not seeing the four seam as well neither versus righties. I wasn't expecting that. He got the fly ball percent though, but I wasn't expecting that. I ain't gonna lie. Julio back in his bag. Last 5 at bats versus righties. 102-20. Do he pitch a dominant pitch to right-handed pitchers? Yep, 50% four seam. Okay. All right. StatCast, 80% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball, 80% hard hit. He always make consistent contact power-wise. That's why I was believing in him even when he was cold. We just needed him to get it up. Pause. Crazy. 98-10. Now let's isolate this four seam. 101 off the bat. 98. Now let's see what's the problem with the barrel. You got the fly ball, 40% 60, 30% 80. So I don't know why it's still saying no barrel. He's seeing the four seam well as well. Let's see, 481.9 on the road, 5 during the day, 2 this month, 2 on Sunday, 7 homers versus righties at 520. Julio might go 3 days back to back. Don't be surprised. 95-20 for a Rosarina. For Randy, StatCast, 40% fly, 60% hard hit, 30% fly, 50% hard hit. Isolate this four seam. Let's see if you still keep a fly ball percentage up there. See, last 5, they go to 60%. Everything 95 miles an hour higher. Now you look at the bigger sample size, 10 at bats, you got the 40%, 80%. Damn, 130 last 10, 104.40 last 5 at 500 at plus 500. Crazy value. Polanco, 40% fly ball, 40 hard hit, 20%. 40%. Still got a 20% barrel. 96 exit velo with just a four seam alone. 50% fly ball. His fly ball went up. His home run per fly ball went up, and his hard hit went up off the four seam when you isolate that by itself at 625. So yep. So you got Kyle. I'm not Kyle. I'm sorry. Jose, Julio, Randy, and Polanco all look good today. Again, identify which hand he's more weaker to. If it's even, if it's more equal, you can go to weak spot route. It say lefty. I know who. I'm tripping. I'm over here. So lefties. Let's see. Polanco is a switch hitter. So Polanco gonna actually beat a lefty. Randy and Julio is righties. So you can do what you want with that information, but all 3 of them look good. But Polanco, he looked at just as good as them with a 625, and that's with better odds, and that's the weaker hand. So we shall see. And all 3, if I ain't mistaken, going back to back, 3, 4, and 5. Or Julio might be 2. Rockies Reds. Always identify home runs in this park. Easiest park to get homers in. We got 90-degree weather for carry. Great for carry. We got winds going out. Austin Gomber, 6 homers on the year, 5 homers, 1 to lefties, 4 to righties. More damage is done from the left-hand side, almost 2 to the right, versus Nick Martinez, who's giving up 14 homers, 6 to lefties, 4 to righties. About even keel far as damage, a homer a game, a little bit higher damage from righties, fly balls, but it ain't too much. 9 to 12 ain't too much of a difference. Confirmed lineup is in for them, so we know that they're in order. All right, let's go Freed. We should do 45% slider versus lefties. So let's see if we isolate the slider. He got the power, but it's off line drives and fly balls. Okay. McLean, righties. Do he got a dominant pitch to righties? No, not really. Last five, 40% fly, hard hit. So with this, which his exit velo was higher. All right. He's a what? This pitcher's a righty, a lefty. So you're going to bat right. Okay, so no dominant pitch. 20% fly ball, 40% hard hit last five, last 10. He's just not getting a lot of fly balls up last five or last 10. The metrics is there, but it ain't the best. Let's see if we can find something better to righties. Hold on, lefties. Okay. Okay. And you see, look, which makes sense. He a left-hand pitcher, so they went all righties today. All right, Austin Hayes versus lefties pitching these pitches. He's seeing the ball a 40% barrel last 10, 60% last five with a 99 exit velo, 40% fly ball, 20% home run per, 80% hard hit last five, 40% fly ball, 60% hard hit last 10. He got a home run a year, but he got green metrics across 700 slug with a damn near 400 ISO is it's insane. So at plus 350, I'm loving this Austin Hayes. He's by far been the best. Steers last 10, 85 10 last five. He got the barrel percentage. Ground balls last 10. Yeah, he hitting a lot of ground balls, so I'll pass on that. This boy been cooking right here. He been cooking, but I guess it's been against righties because everything just went to shit. 40% fly ball, 20% hard hit, 60% fly ball, 20% hard hit. Versus lefties. Yeah, that's where 240 slug, a zero ISO. So he's not seeing lefties as well. He want to see right hand pitchers, which makes sense. Tyler Stevenson, 20% barrel last five, 80% fly ball, 40% hard hit. Last five, last 10, 50% fly ball, 40% hard hit. Versus righties, a 488, so damn near a 500 slug with a 220 ISO. So Stevenson is also seeing left-hand pitchers very well. So if I got to pick two of Stevenson, the automatic is Austin Hayes. This shit look insane with the fly ball, with the stat cast to go with it. Insane. So definitely keep that in mind. Hold on. Okay, so if they do what they need to do, we got some shit to do. Okay, over here. Any dominant pitches before I go any further? No. And Mickey Moniak is a what? Lefty. So you can see like versus righties on the year, we got a couple different people that's got these green ISOs. Good to know. Let's start up here. All right. Last five, 0% fly ball. Last 10, 20% fly ball. So yeah. 10%. Last 10. Last five, zero. Nope. 40% fly ball last five. 20% last 10. Who is this? 80% hard hit. Where you at over here? Beck. Beck is just having a bad last, man. He in a cold streak of hell. Toglia, he's in another barrel percentage. Let me see. 20%, 40% fly ball, 30 hard hit. I don't like these metrics though. He ain't consistently doing what I need him to do. Hold on, who was this? So I'm not seeing nothing over here that I actually like love. This look crazy. Is he getting a 40% 80? Beck might, because I'm looking at these like this will call my attention. These last five at bats. Remember, I told y'all, don't let this fool you. Just because this say zero, do not instantly just take that for zero. Come use your eyes. Come look down here and see if you see like some 20% or higher angles. Come over here and see if they still hitting fly balls. He got an 80% hard hit. So Jordan Beck might be in a sneaky spot. Let me see your metrics. 6 on the road, 419 with a 3 homers during the day. We know you having a bad month. Sundays ain't the best. Versus righty. So this gonna be like a long shot. More so if you think that he can get out this cold streak, but I'm looking at more so like their metrics and their stack has, just trying to see who could potentially. What's his fly ball? I mean, like I said, Beck. I'm not really seeing it. I really like, to be honest. Beck and maybe Moniak, because I'm looking at this 40% fly, 60 hard hit versus a righty. The split is there where damage is done from. So I would say like Moniak and Beck, but to be honest, I don't see much of that I like against what Nick Martinez is throwing today. Mickey Moniak is the hottest last 15 at bats or game. What did he say it was? One of them. Versus righties. He's seeing righties well. And these pitches was decent. He had a decent fly ball. Pirates Twins. We got 80-degree weather with 13-mile-an-hour winds going. Is this to left field? Kind of. It ain't coming in. That's all that matters. Mitch Keller, 9 homers, 6 to lefties, 3 to righties. Woods, Richardson, 9 homers, 5 to lefties, 4 to righties. Shout out Buxton. That boy went for that cycle yesterday. Let's see if we got dominant pitches. All right. So, what we got going? Last 5. 103 with a 20% barrel from right-handed pitchers. What you can see over here, he batting good against righties this year. 500 slug, 265 ISO. Sinker, sweeper, 4-seam slider. Let's see, last 5, last 10. So he consistently hitting them well. 20% fly ball last 10. 0 last 5. Interesting. So he getting power contact, but just not the perfect contact we want to get those barrels we want. But he got the power. And wind is going to left, which is going to favor him as a right-hand batter. Double digits. 20% barrel, 0% fly ball. Last 10. 10% fly ball. I can't do anything with that. He hitting the ball. Let me see. 80% fly ball, 60 hard hit last 5. 50%, 50%. Who is this? Brooks Lee. He did anything to the lefties. A 4-seam. He pitching way more than the next. Last 10. Last 5. Let's see. Still keeping his fly ball and a decent hard hit percentage. What's it? Brooks Lee at plus 630. 20% barrel. 50% fly ball, 60 hard hit last 10, 60% fly ball, 60% hard hit. Jeffers, and he got a 20% barrel at plus 540. So Jeffers, 418 with a 168 and 6 homers for the year. I like this Jeffers at plus 540. Again, righties, they gonna have it favored because of the way the wind is blowing towards their direction. Castro, last 5, last 10, 50%, 30, 40%, no hard hits. Oh, damn. Bader. Clemens, he been going crazy, y'all. 70% fly ball, 20% home run per fly, 50% hard hit, last 5 at bats, 80% fly, 20 home run per fly, 60% hard hit. If I'm not mistaken, lefties is who he got that force. Okay. So he got crazy metrics, crazy StatCast, the 4-seam, the barrel there. Still got the fly ball percentage, still got the hard hit percentage last 10, still got the 80%, 60. And we see that he been going crazy. Everything is going up at 420. So again, day 3 of fucking with his splits. 571 with 7 at home, 500 slug with 8 during the day. He don't got none on Sunday. And versus righties, he got a 545 slug with 12 homers. So Cody Clemens, I fuck with again. So I like this Frank. I like no, hold on, was it Top France? No, I'm sorry. It was Lee, Jeffers, and Clemens. But Clemens was the best as far as everything adding up. And Jeffers was the second best. But I do like this Brook Lee especially when I isolated the 4-seam, I think it was. Let me see. His fly ball percentage is very interesting to me at plus 630. So I like Clemens the most, Jeffers second, and then Brooks Lee if he play. I see they got lines up, so he most likely will. Um, where we at? And the lefties is where he done gave up more homers to. So keep that in mind. That's another reason I like Clemens as well. O'Neal Cruz. He's seeing these righties crazy. Let's see. A 50% four seam. Sheesh. So with all three pitches from a righty, he's seeing well. 97-40 last 5, 99-30 last 10 is insane. You can even look right here and see like all piss missiles. His StatCast, 70% fly ball, 60 hard hit last 10. Last 5, 80% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball. So he is seeing them very well. Now let's see it with the four seam isolated. He just in a funk because look, if you look right here for the year, he is seeing a four seam crazy from righties. This just don't look as good, but let's see if he still kept the fly ball. That's what matters. 60-40 last 10, 80-20 he does at plus 360. Split 7 homers away, 6 during the day, 1 this month, 3 on Sunday, 478 with 15 of his 16 homers versus righties at plus 360. So yeah, O'Neal shit looks stupid. This look crazy. Tommy Pham, last 5, last 10 versus righties. We're gonna isolate this four seam and see. Hold on. Still crazy contact. Fly ball, 40%, 60. 30%, 60 over 10. The fly ball, the four seam, I'm sorry, isolated alone. And then he still got the fly ball with a even higher hard hit last 5, 30%, 70 last 10 when you add all the pitches. And you can even look, like I said, right here, look at these last 3 at bats. All piss missiles. So Tommy Pham at plus 750. Very, very interesting. Hold on. What you got going on? These last 5, 40% fly ball, 60 hard hit. Let's see if it still keep those stats with. So the four seam alone, he don't get as much contact on. He definitely get it from all the pitches, but not. Oh, it's the slider he want to see more of. 525. Let me see. Hold on. Jack back. I see he went yard yesterday. 60% fly. I don't know if he playing again today, but I would definitely pay attention to this. 80% fly, 60 hard hit, 20 home run to fly ball, 60%, 10, 60. So I would definitely pay close attention to this one. But again, don't overthink it. You get O'Neal Cruz at damn near plus 400. He's the obvious favorite. I would say that the gym, that long shot is definitely Tommy Pham. Definitely Tommy Pham at plus 750. All right, we move. Guardians, White Sox. 80-degree weather, winds going out. Perfect. Joey Cantillo versus Aaron Savali. 5 homers, 2 to lefties, 3 to righties. 9 homers, 4 to lefties, 5 to righties. Almost 2 homers a game to both hands. And about one a game over here with a 25% home run to fly ball ratio to lefties. 43% change to righties. Okay. So I like Luis. He looked like he coming back into form. Crazy metrics. 60% fly ball, 20% hard hit, 20% home run to fly ball, 80% hard hit. He consistently hitting the ball well. Last 10, he's still up there 40%, 10%, 70%. Right? So we like the matches. We like the StatCast. You're going to see a lot of change ups. He is definitely seeing the change up decent as well. 40% fly ball, 20% hard hit. Last 10, 40%, 50%. So he still can hit the change up decent versus a lefty. 4 homers, 500 slug with a 233 ISO. So he definitely hitting left-hand batters well for the year. And we like these metrics in these last like 5 to 10 at bats, the more recent sample size. At plus 520. So you're getting some good value on him as well. Sosa is a righty. Let me see against this change up. Oh, no, this ain't the one. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so Sosa don't look as good today. Benintendi. No fly balls last 5. Here. A four seam, you're throwing 44% of the time to lefties. I don't know. 20%. No, low fly ball. You are a switch hitter, so you're gonna bat right. Let's see, change it. This boy should be looking crazy. Last 10, 97, 50% barrel, 70% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball, 80% hard hit his last 10 at bats from a left hand pitcher, pitching the curve, changeup, four seam. The changeup he gonna see a lot, and the four seam he gonna see a lot. So if we just go, let's just put the changeup up here. He's still look at his fly ball percentage. Look at his home run per fly. Look at his hard hit. So the changeup, he still got a 29% barrel last 10, 40% last five. If we take that four seam and isolate it, shit look even stupider with the crazy stat cast to go with it. I'm gonna just put changeup four seam together. Look at this. This shit looks stupid at plus 750. What? That look crazy. Slater, no fly balls. 20%, nah. Teal, we know it only two at bats, 50%, 100. They don't got his lineup. So I would go Luis Robert, my first option at plus 520. And then the long shot is definitely this Taylor. This Taylor. He gonna throw this changeup and four seam more. Look at this, 97.50. 99, 98.60. When you just look at those two, he throwing damn near 40% apiece. With the 70% 2090. Like this look crazy for Michael Taylor. At plus 750. So that's our long shot. Both righties, both is where more like he got more homers too. Ramirez. Let me start from Quan. So we got a right hand pitcher. Let's see, versus lefties. A cutter. You throwing a lot. Ramirez, a righty, so he's gonna bat. Hold on, verse. He's gonna bat left. All right, so we see he got the fly ball percentage, the home run per fly ball, the hard hit percentage last five, 40%, 20-40. He got that last 10. Let's see what he got against this cutter. So he does see the cutters decent as well, 120 at plus 330. Schneeman, 95-20. 60% fly ball, 60 hard hit with a 20% home run per fly his last 10. 40, 10, 40 his last 10, and last five was 60, 20, 60. Crazy. Schneeman over here got 9 homers versus righties with a 400 slug with a 200 ISO. You're going to see, okay, so the cutter. 25% barrel on the cutter last 10, so at 425. So I like Schneeman as well. 50-40 for Bo. 80% fly ball, 40% fly ball last five. Isolate the cutter. That's where your fly balls go down at. So yeah, Jose and Schneeman is the best options. You got Jose at 330, Schneeman at 425. Let's look at they split and see which one is probably the better option. Green, 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 Sundays, and then green 500 with 14 versus righties. Okay, now let's see Schneeman. Green, green. July ain't been the best. Sunday, first run. So yeah, so the odds make sense. So I would go Ramirez if I had to pick one, and then Schneeman would be my second option. All right, Nationals, Braves. They say the roof closed, so none of this matters, but it is good conditions if it did. 80 degrees with wind going out. Jake Irvin, always target Jake Irvin. 22 homers a game. This season, 13 to lefties, 9 to righties. He giving up damn near 2 homers basically a game to both hands. 16%, 19% home run to fly ball. Freddie Peralta, 12 homers, 4 to lefties, 8 to righties. You can see that righties is where more damage is done at. Say Jackson Churio. Let's see what we got here. So you got barrel. Let's see if you got Up a lot of ground. Okay, a lot of ground balls. Contreras, you got barrel. What you got going on? 40% fly, 640 hard hit. All right. So you got fly ball. Let me see. Last 10. 91-10. That's where you get to that ground ball. Ugh. Don't love those. Ortiz, 90-10. Last 5 is 88-0. 40%, 40%, 30%, 40%. At plus 1,000. Damn. Vine, he been going stupid, man. Last 10, last 5. 20% fly, 20% home run per fly, 60 hard hit. 98-20. Versus righty. At plus 500. You're really only going off 3 at bats. If you notice, look at these dates. He just came back. Then after these 3, it's just May. That's why I stuck the last 5 with the 98-20. I wonder what he got going on at plus 500 today. We're going to see. 99-0. Are you getting it in the air? No, I'm not really. Don't love a lot. Andrew Vine would be like my best option, seeing his most recent form. Contreras, I liked it his barrel. It was his fly. He got a fly ball and a hard hit. So I mean that could be your section option, but I really like Andrew Vine for what we'll be seeing the most. The most. I wish it was a lefty on here that like looked it crazy. But it ain't. Freddie Peralta. 60% four seam to lefties. Noted. All right. James Wood, 94-20 his last 5. 20% barrel his last 10. This is what I've been noticing about him this last couple of days. 10%, 0%. He haven't been hitting no fly balls from right-hand batters. The split, I mean, the metrics there, but the stat cast is what throws me off. He's seeing them well for the season. 500 slug, 255. 500 with 12 on the road during the day. 6 homers. July ain't been his best month. Sundays ain't really his best. And a 500 with 15. But he haven't been hitting no fly balls. They've been all like line drives and ground balls with him. Oh, but hold on. He pitched that four seam 58% of the time. Let's see if that changes anything. Because it damn sure changed his metrics. It's crazy. 20%. See, it's still a lot of ground balls. So you do what you want with that one. I mean, it is James Wood and Wynn's going out, but I don't see it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. %. See, these are all like line drives. All line drives. Every single one of them. I might as well start here and just look and see. 20, 30. This look crazy. Hold on. 20, 60, 20. I wonder what Rosario odds is. This kid been going crazy. 20% fly, 20% hard hit, 30%, 20. I've been telling y'all about him right here. He be going stupid. And hold on. I ain't even been. 60% fly, 100% hard hit when he see four seams his last 5 at bats. Last 10, 42%, 86%. So he loved his four seam from righties. Not only do we love it from the righties, like this look crazy. 60%, 20%, 80%. 40, 10, 80. Like he is mashing righties. And he's at plus 870. He went for 2 yesterday. So he might go again today. This might be our long shot again. So I feel like, let me see somebody down here. I would be interested in what Rosario line is. 30%, 20, 20, 20. Wood, I mean, I'm not mad at that, but I'm scared of that low fly ball percentage. For me, it's these batters. Hold on. Riley, 20 last 5. Four seam alone. 60, 40, 80. Riley look crazy. Riley, Adams, and this Brady House. The two with the crazier eyes are my favorites. Y'all know I'm not intimidated by that. 870. They both 870. I love both of them. I love both of them. And that's where more damage is done for Freddie Peralta. All right, we got Mets Royals. 80 degrees. Winds look like it's coming in, which I hope is not the case because it's already hard enough to hit in Kaufman. Winds coming in. That's definitely telling you total base doubles or triples. We got Clay Holmes. 11 homers on the season, 6 to lefties, 5 to righties. More damage is done from lefties. Versus Noah Cameron, 7 homers, 3 to lefties, 4 to righties. More damage is coming from the left-hand side. 42% sinker. So we got Bobby Witt, who is actually batting very well. 5'11" with damn near a 250 ISO for the season. 103.60 his last 5 at-bats versus a righty pitching a slider, sinker, sweeper. Last 10, 97.40. So consistent power, consistent barrel, 40% fly ball, 60% hard hit, 60% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball, 80 hard hit. He's throwing this sinker a lot. Let's see if it stays the same with this sinker. He's still got a high barrel. Yep. Let's see the fly ball, 10% for last 10, last 5, 20 at 60. Bobby Witt at plus 500. That's crazy. That is crazy. So Bobby Witt in a good spot at plus 500. Pasquantino, do they got anything dominant to y'all? 33% sinker. He's seeing that sinker good. 20-80. 30-70. Plus 850. Wow. Yeah, Pasquantino in a good spot as well. %, 40. 20% barrel. 40-60 at plus 1200. Garcia gonna go one of these days, y'all. He do. 90-30 last 10, 99-40. Perez is going crazy. 40% home run per fly ball. That's crazy. Now, when you isolate this sinker, 20-20-80, 20-10-60, the metrics, let me see the metrics. Still got a 20% barrel, okay. Sheesh, Jack. Okay, Jack. Damn, no fly balls, though. 20% there. Let's see, boom. Let's isolate this sinker. Still seeing the sinker well. Damn. At plus 900. Jack might be that long shot shit. Him and Pasquantino. Well, he was 8. Yeah, those odds are crazy. So you're more like, I like Bobby Witt. I like Pasquantino. I like this Jack. I know his fly ball ain't there. That's why I'm saying that's your long shot. Just seeing how well. Let me see if he still was. I know he don't got the fly balls here, but let me see if, well, did it go up from here? Oh shit, hold on. Isolate the sinker. See, the fly ball go up versus the sinker, though. That he gonna see a lot. So Jack, he might get one out of here. So Bobby Witt is for sure the favorite. But you got a couple long shots on here between Pasquantino, Jack. Perez in a good spot. These are players that you could take, Garcia, but you could take them for total bases if you don't want to pull the trigger on those. But Bobby Witt is by far the favorite. But then Pasquantino and this Jack, those are my seconds. And I would pick, if I had to pick one of them two, it would probably be Jack. I know he got the metrics. He always hitting it with power. He just ain't getting the fly balls. But when you isolate that sinker, he about to see a whole lot. That's a whole different story. The fly ball come, the power come, and his barrel went up more. So at plus 900, that's some great value on that now that we identified that. Okay, Rangers Astros. Now this is a great game. They say the roof is closed, but even not 90 degrees, but it's a chance of rain, so it will be. With 9-mile-an-hour winds going out. You got Uvalde going up against Hunter Brown, 4 home runs. All 4 is the lefties for Uvalde. Hunter Brown, 11, 8 to lefties, 3 to righties. Hold on, Uvalde is all 4 to who? Lefties this season so far. Okay, versus righties. All right. We got anything dominant going on? Not really. They all around the same. Altuve. So you got a couple reasons why this gon' hit different. So 97-40, 95-20 last five, 20%, 20%, 60. Hold on. 40%, 30%, 70. So he not only do he got the metrics and the stat cast, remember, if you already don't remember from a couple games ago when we looked, this man got 7 home runs, y'all, with a 700 slug and a 400 ISO against Evaldi. So that alone, 7 home runs, the metrics make sense, the stat cast makes sense. 10 homers at home, 3 during the day. He going crazy this month. 4 homers with an 800 slug, 2 on Sunday, 477 with 14 versus righty. So on top of all of that, and all of that, you mean to tell me that y'all got him at plus 750? That is insane. That's insane. 60% fly, 20-20. He not hitting the ball as consistently hard, but he definitely get the fly balls. I wish this was up like 40% or higher at 480. See if we can get something better than that, though. 40% fly, 60 hard hit last 5, 40-40. Versus righties, 7 homers with a 400 slug at plus 750. Got the power. What's the issue? 20%, 80 hard hit. Oh, it's going down more and more. Doing up, Finalato. See. So yeah, Altuve for sure. And then if I got to pick a second one, it's most likely going to be Walker. Got the barrel, got the fly ball percentage. He got the home run per fly ball percentage. He just ain't has been consistent as getting the 95 mile an hour or not. I mean, yeah, 95 miles is often. Let me see his splits. 6 at home, 3 during the day, 2 this month, 422 on Sunday, 404 with 11 of his 12 versus righty. So yeah, that would be my second option. But Altuve by far, which is insane, 750 odds. I can't get over that. All right, so we up against 38-30. Okay. All right, Langford. Langford is hitting crazy. 95-10 last 10, 102-20 last 5. But this, whoa. Damn, he ain't hitting no fly balls, though. So again, total bases, doubles. These is how you identify those type of players. Metrics, 91-10 last 5, 99-20. 60% fly ball, 20-80. Great stat cast. 50-10-50. Got great stat cast. Great metrics. 7 on the road, 1 during the day, 3 this month with a 477, 1 on a Sunday, 9 versus righties. Okay, plus 650 for this. I like this Marcus, especially right here. And then, like I said, his 60-20-80. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Garcia, he in that zone. I can't tell enough, but not necessarily against these pitches. Hold on, go back to the metrics. Last 10, what was your fly ball here? 20. Well, hold on. A lot of bright green at that bottom. 30-60, 20-60. Where you at? 474, 172. At plus 1,000, Josh Smith might be in a good value spot. 60-40, 20% barrel, 10%, 30%, 50%. What's up, C? What you got? Left 5, left. Oh, yeah, you ain't hitting no fly balls. All right, bet. Should this kid even be playing? 40%, 80%. If he is, I would definitely take him. 30%, 70%. Come here, you look at these metrics. All this look good last 10, all this look good last 5. I don't know if he playing. If he is, I would definitely be looking at him. But I like this Marcus for sure at plus 650. Josh Smith might be. Don't sleep. I'm telling you, don't sleep. He got a high barrel and all that. I mean, fly ball percentage. He might be in a sneaky spot, and Jonah Hine might be in a sneaky spot at plus 900. But if I had to pick like a favorite, it's definitely this Marcus by far. Braves Cardinals 90 degrees, wind going out to left field. They haven't announced a pitcher for the Braves. Let me see what they talking about on here. This has a 42% chance of raining. So be careful of that. This one might delay. I don't think that's high enough to postpone, but who knows? Sonny Gray. 10 homers, 3 to lefties, 4 to righties. Damn, Matt Olson, okay. Oh, dominant pitch. This look crazy. So he want righties. 102.40. I mean, just look at all these back-to-back at bats, y'all, with all bright green. Piss missile, piss missile, piss missile, piss missile. You know what I'm saying? Last 10. 99.30. 50% fly, 10%, 80. Last 5. 80, 20, 100. Oh, yeah, he going yard today. And you got the nerve to put that at plus 475. That's crazy. Let me see. Versus righties. Olsen, 469, 215 slug on the year with 13 homers. Yeah, Matt Olsen going yard today. 20% barrel last 5, 40%, 40. Last 10, 20, 30. Here's Azuna. I think he might be back, y'all. 64. Damn. 40% home run to fly ball. 40% hard hit. Metrics look crazy. Statcast look crazy. Azuna got a 400 slug with a 165 ISO this year against righties. So he is definitely hitting them with power at 625. Value. It's a lot of value today. Murphy been going stupid. I'm surprised. Let me see. 40%, 20%, 60. 40, 30, 60. Metrics look crazy. 94, 93, 30. He been in the zone. You can see, let me see. His July got to be crazy. 800 slug, 5 homers on 31 at-bats. For the year, where are you at? Murphy, a 481 with a 237. Yeah, he's hitting righties very well, consistently all year. Baldwin. Acuna, 60%, 20-40 last 5. 50, 20, 30 last 10. Metrics, 20% barrel last 10. 20% barrel last 5. Versus righties, 667 with a 300 slug. I mean, with a 300 ISO on the year with 11 homers. 430. So I like that as well. So yeah, this is a lot of chalk in this game. But the crazy is because it's chalk, but it got crazy value. My favorite is Olsen. This is by far my favorite. Let me go to matchup. Let me see something. Sonny Gray. Where you at? Versus lefties, 3 homers. Versus righties, 7. Okay. So this is by far my favorite, just looking at the metrics and how I look over here. But then you got Ozuna, and you also got Acuna. I would go Olsen or Ozuna. Which value-wise specifically, but if you look right here at these last 5 at-bats. So look at Olsen. We know that shit look crazy. Now look at Azuna. Look right here in this little last 5 individual, and then look at Acuna. See how it's more like in between at bats before you get to some more bright green. That's why I would probably go Azuna over Acuna. But Olsen is by far the top one, especially at plus 475. Damn near 5-1 odds. That's crazy. Blue Jays Athletics, 93 degrees. This is going to be a home run derby. 90 degrees, wind going out, and you playing in that Muni League park. Right? We got Jose Barrios, whatever his hell his name is, 13 homers, 4 to lefties, 9 to righties. He get hit hard, the hardest by right-hand batters. Now, damn near 2 homers a game with a 14% home run to fly ball. Jeffrey Springs, 17 homers. 15 of those are from right-hand batters. Damn near 12%. So this is going to be another one of them games. Great weather, great wind going out, and it's a super, super home run friendly park in that little park they in. All right, let's get into this from the top down. Let's see. Do we got dominant pitches we need to isolate? A 41% sinker to righties. Okay. So we got, I don't like these. It ain't a lot going on here, but let's see. Sinker. Add this change up in there. It's only, okay. Where the hell is the slur? Take that off. Yeah, so Brent Rooker, somebody was asking me about him yesterday. Like, what you think of him? I'm like, no. I'm telling you, like, the worst thing you can do is go off names. Like, if it don't make sense, don't even attempt to try to make it make sense. If it don't make sense, let me see. 93-20. 30% fly ball, 20-50 last 10. Love that. I wish this was higher your last 5. But let me see something. To lefties, do he got anything? No, it's even kill. All right. Oh, hold on. First righties. How you doing on the year? He actually hitting right-hand batters very well. 443, 180, 425. I feel like we can find better than that. Soderstrom, 20% fly ball, 20-60 last 5, 10%. So you ain't been hitting a lot of fly balls. 0 for 2. Okay. I like the metrics. I don't like the StatCast. But he look, 500 slug, 233 with 16 homers versus righties. So we gonna see how that go. Shea been going crazy. Let me see. 120 last 5. 99-20 last 10. Against the sinker alone. Didn't change much. It didn't change much. Just a sinker alone. He actually still got great metrics. StatCast, 20%, 80% hard hit. Last 10, 30%, 10%, 70. Now put the slurve back. Okay. So yeah, I like this Shea a lot. I like this at plus 360. Nick Kurtz. This man got a 600 slug, 338 ISO against right-hand pitchers with 14 homers. And then you come over here and get to looking at this shit like, man, what? Last 5, last 10, 30%, 20%, 50 last 10, 40%, 40%, 80% last 5. This is an auto. Nick Kurtz is in a great spot today. So yep, I like Nick Kurtz and Shea is my top 2. If you want to go Soderstrom or Rooker, I can't be mad at that. But by far, these two look better when you isolate the dominant pitch and just looking at right here. So I'm liking this Shea at 360 and Nick Kurtz at plus 340. We got over here. Go to pitches, 42% four seam. So last 5 at bats, last 10 at bats versus lefties. So lefties, he got a 421, 210, but like recently in these like last 10 at bats, you can see from like it ain't looking too good. A bunch of ground balls last 10, 100% ground balls last 5. Now let's isolate this four seam from lefties. Still don't look the best. This is the first day in a long time. George Springer ain't look good. Now what we got here? We got some good exit velocity, 20%, 70, 20%, 60. Let's isolate this four seam and see if your metrics change from there. Definitely hitting the four seam way better. Oh yeah, now let's see if the 30%, 60, 20%, 60. Okay, Bo at 480, he might do some 422, 157 ISO on the year with 3 homers versus righties. We got Vlad. Vlad making solid contact his last 5 and 10 at bats. 40% fly ball, 60 hard hit last 5, 30%, 70 last 10. So he got good StatCast against the four seam changeup slider. The four seam he really won't. He won't this four seam. 40% fly, 80%. 40% fly, 10%, 80%. So 375. So Vlad, again, you're getting some decent value on chalk players today. So Vlad looked great with the full pitch mix and the isolated four seam. So for me, For me, I think it's Vlad. My section option was actually Bo. I like Bo, especially if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the four seam. Look over here when this is all four seams. Great contact. So Chalk, Guerrero, then Bo. And again, that's what we want to identify righties. That's where 15 of his 17 homers is coming from. So we definitely, it's good to see that it's two right-hand batters at that. Dodgers, Giants. It ain't been good weather all week out here. You do got winds going out again, so that should help you in a park that is the complete opposite of home run friendly. Yamamoto gave up 10 homers, 7 to righties, 3 to lefties. Robbie Ray, 12 homers, 10 to righties, 2 to lefties. Okay. We almost at the finish line, chat. I'm saying chat like I'm live. That's how you know I'm used to being live. Man, okay, 40% four seam. All right. So Devers looked good against the righties with the curve splitter four seam. Great metrics last 10. Great metrics as far as power. Let me see. 40% fly ball last 5. 50%. So he got the StatCast. He got the metrics. Let's isolate this four seam. Oh, yeah. He definitely loved a four seam as well. You're still getting the fly ball 60%, 80%, 10%. Yep. At plus 600. So you got Devers at good value. That plays a part again because it is Park. Oracle Park, that matters. But winds are going out. So hopefully he can get this kind of power behind one and the wind can do the rest. Ramos, do they got anything up a four seam as well? So 95-10 last 96-10, 95-0, 40% fly, 40% hard hit, 40% fly, 60 hard hit. Isolate the four seam, 50-50, 60-40. So another one who liked this four seam. Versus righties, 437 slug, 165 ISO with 11 homers on the year versus righties. Devers had the 470 with a 223. Adames, he's seeing the ball very well lately. Last 5 and last 10. Fly balls, consistent hard hits, last 5 and last 10. Isolate the four seam. Nothing changes. Even actually more power and more barrels. Fly ball, consistent hard hits. So that's good to know as far as the Adames at plus 680, who also have a decent slug and ISO versus righties with 9 homers. Let's see what we got here. 60% fly ball, 40% hard hit last 5, 50-50. Good StatCast against all the pitches. Isolate the four seam. Still got a high force fly ball and hard hit. Last 5, last 10. His metrics look crazy as well. So this is our long shot for sure at plus 1,300. Do he got any homers in this park? Yep, he got 2 here. Okay. The 80, 40, 70. Put all the pitches back. 50, 70. Hold on. He might be on to something. 40% fly, 60 hard hit, 50% fly, 70 hard hit on all 3 pitches. Last 10. Now, if you just go fastball, did he keep that fly ball up? Yep. What's his odds? Plus 900, Mike? Damn. Patrick Bailey. 40%, 20%, 40. 40, 20, 60. He in another good spot as well. It's a lot of long shots in this game. But these are them games you're going to find value in a lot because of those pitches. Whoa. 20%, 80, 40, 60. 40, 80 at plus 900 Casey. Like, this game has a lot of long shots. Even the 2, let me see, what was his? 800. Like, even the 2 that I seen first, Adames, like, the lowest you getting is plus 600 odds. It's a lot on this one, from Ramos to Devers to Adames to Hooley to Mike to Bailey to Schmidt. With that many players, I would probably just try to identify, again, the weak hand, the righties, or go look at the weak spots and see who fall into those places. Because you got the value. Robbie Ray, we looking for some righties. %60 four seam. Damn. All right, so you look at Otani at 325. No fly balls from lefties, but he still got a 500 with a 246. Okay, so first these. Now let me isolate this four seam. More power for sure. 20% fly, 60 hard hit, 10%. He got a low fly ball. Ah, 40-20. No getting me isolate the four seam. 40-80. 50-50 against the four seam alone. 97-10 with that and the slider. 99-20 at plus 830. Damn. Will Smith. Okay, there we go. Last five, 96-40. Last 10, 93-20. 50% fly ball, 60 hard hit. Last five, 60-60 with a higher home run to fly ball. That's good to know. Last five, 96-40. Let's see if we isolate the four seam. 97-20. Still got the fly ball, still got the hard hit percentage. So Will Smith is the best I've seen so far. Second will be this Freeman at plus 830. You got 5 at bats here. I don't know what you want to do with that. So yeah, Will Smith by far is the best I've seen over here. This one looked crazy with all the pitches and the four seam isolated. And then I like this Freddie. I like this 99-20, 40% fly ball, 80% hard hit, 50% 60 over 10. Take out the slider like 99 mile an hour. He still kept his fly ball and his hard hit percentage. So I like Freddie Freeman at plus 830 as that long shot as far as on that team. But that righty, Will Smith, all of it made sense, and that's where his weakness is at. So that's good to know. All right, so last two games, y'all. Diamondbacks, Angels, we got 80-degree weather, wind going out. That's good to know. Merrill Kelly, 13 homers on the season with 9 to lefties, 4 to righties. Soriano with 4, 3 to lefties, 1 to righties. Remember what I told y'all. These low home run per nines and low home run per fly balls, he pitched a lot of pitches that result in the ground balls without even looking, from seeing how it's no damage really being done from fly balls. So it must not be a lot of them. So keep that in mind. All right, so Taylor Ward. And then they're also playing in Los Angeles, which is a top 5 park as well for homers, if you don't know that. Taylor Ward, 94. Schneeman, okay, hold on. You got any dominant pitches to this hand? All right. Chanul, I don't even know if I just said his name. I just made some shit up. 2080 last 5, 2040. Neto been back in his bag. 50% fly, 50 hard hit, 20 home run per fly ball. 40-20-40. Yeah, he been in his bag. Versus righties, what he got? A 500 slug with a 200 ISO on the year. So I like this Zach Neto at 470 for sure. What you got going on, Dale? 20%, 40. Let's see over a 10. So Lair been actually looking crazy. 20% last 5, 40, 30, 164. You can find better than that. Damn. Mike Trout should look crazy. 20% fly, 40 hard hit, 25 ball. I mean, home run per 30, 20, 70. Okay, so Mike Trout, yeah, okay. A bigger sample size, 96-30, 255 odds. So they definitely see that he looking like that guy. 40-20-40 last 5, 30-10-50. Makata at 520. We see Makata, he hitting what, right-handed pitchers. something crazy. Something crazy. So Moncada at plus 520. So I like Moncada. Your safe play is Mike Trout. It looked crazy. Plus 255 odds and Neto. So Neto, Moncada, and Mike Trout. Moncada is a switch hitter, so he gonna bat left. What was his weak side? Lefties. So Moncada I like, and he in a great spot as well. I like Moncada. I would probably lean Moncada based on the weak side that what's the name. But your safe play, like with the that make the most sense, is that plus 255 Mike Trout. All right, let's get over here. Any dominance? Anything you throwing? Hell yeah, a sinker. No fly balls though. No sir. Perdomo. Anything dominant? Sink. Oh, so the sinker to both. Okay. No fly balls. Damn, what the fuck? All right, so Josh Naylor. I like these splits. Let's see if you got the stat 20% fly, but let me see. Take this off. Change anything. Oh, why is all of them? Damn. 91 zeros, 93 10, 40% 10, 50 last 10, 60 20 40 last 5. That look crazy. Now let me see. Let's see if we just take this knuckle curve off. 60 20 40. You kept your stat cat 40. Yep. All right, so I like this Corbin Carroll. I definitely like Corbin. At plus 350, I do like Corbin. Fly balls, 20%, 60 last 5, 10%. Jesus Christ. Take off this knuckle curve. Oh, Lord. Main man, he be looking, man, Gritch shit. 130 last 10 at bats. Last 5, 97 40. Whoa, hold on. Sinker. Let's see what he got against this sinker. Damn. Oh, yeah. 20%, 20, 20, 100% hard hit. What's his odds? Plus 475? Mm. Yeah, I like this. I like Randall. So yep. Corbin Carroll and Randall is the two I like the most. That makes sense. A couple of them got the power. If you don't mind taking your chances on them, like every couple at bats getting that fly ball, seeing them like all them 20%. But Randall and Carroll make the most sense to me. Make the most sense to me. If I got to lean one, it's gonna be Corbin, seeing that that's where he's giving up more homers at. But Corbin and Randall would make the most sense to me. In our last game, Phillies Padres, 70 degrees, winds going to right field. Now, Padres is a home run friendly park to right hand batters, but this wind is going to help lefties. It's pulling their right. So look, Christopher Sanchez, 7 homers, all the righties. Nick Pavetta, 12 homers, 9 to righties, 3 to lefties. But more damage you can see is coming from right hand batters. All right, so pitches. They both the same, so they can stay. All right. Okay, so Manny Machado. Great metrics his last 5 and 10 at bats. We getting some fly ball percents, decent hard hits. His last 5 of them went down, but he's still getting consistent hard hits at plus 475. And he has a 583 slug with a 300 slug. He actually a 583 slug with a 300 ISO. He's actually hitting them lefties very well. And he loved home. Day games, going crazy this month. So a lot match with that. So I like Machado at 475. Tatis, batting better lately, but no fly balls against these specific pitches. Noted. Damn, no fly balls here neither. Merrill, is he back, y'all? Jackson back? He just went crazy yesterday. 20% barrel last 5, 10, 20%, 40 his last 5, 56% sinker. Oh, you about to see it. Okay, so lefty's gonna see a lot of sinkers. And remember, he haven't given up no homers to lefties. None. All the right-hand batters. Only thing I love is Machado. Tatis, I like his metrics, but his StatCast threw me off. His StatCast threw me off with no fly balls. So he definitely gonna be that second option if you need a second one. Manny Machado, another one where it's the ideal person in a good spot with good value. Pavetta, he done gave up 12. He done gave up some to both, but not 9 to righties. Let's see, do he got dominant pitches? Yes, he does. A 51% to four seam. So Kyle should look crazy. 60% fly, 20-40 last 5, 50-20-50 last 10. You can look down here at the individual logs. You can see a lot of bright green on back-to-back at bats. Let's take this curve and see what changes. Power went up 140. Kept his fly ball, kept his hard hit. 275 for Kyle Schwarber today. Turner, Cassidy, let me see. Oh, shit. There you go. To righties, do you have a dominant pitch? Still up there, yep. So let's say it gets the four seam. 60-10-50, good metrics. I mean, good StatCast, 60-20. Against the regular pitches and this at plus 550, Nick might go. Isolate that, take that sweeper off. Mm-hmm. $60-30, 80, but none over 95. And that's crazy. Y'all could have just rounded this up. Like, come on, man. You could have gave that a 95. This might be a sneaky spot at plus 520. One thing we know for sure, he getting a lot of fly balls. And that's the main thing you want to make sure. With the four seam isolated and by itself, 50%, 40%. So he getting a lot of fly balls. Where you at? Kepler, 10 homers on the year. How many versus righties? 9. 9 of those 10 homers are versus righties. So Kepler might be in a sneaky spot as well. Damn. This look crazy for Bryce. Is these going up 40, 20, 80, last 5, 50, 10, 50? It definitely is. Let me see. 40, 20, 80. Now take off this curve. 60, 20 up it. So you're getting more fly balls off this four seam. So off the four seam, he got some decent metrics. Let me see. He got a 450 slug with damn near a 200 ISO with 5 homers against lefties. And then from here he throw the curveball as well. And that bitch is out of here. But you can look at these last 3. Curveball, four seam, curveball, and look at the damage he did. 2 of them was a double, 1 was a homer. And I don't know how the hell D stayed in the park, the 2 doubles. The 2 doubles, like, this be crazy to me. Look at this, y'all. This is why I be saying barrels is tricky. Look at this. 105, 22, 379. Home run. This one is hit harder, hit at a better angle, and damn near 30 feet further, and was a double. It's crazy how that be working. It's crazy how that worked. How would that one not be a homer, but the one that went less further, but it also can matter where at in the park he hit it. Because you got certain parks with shorter fences or whatever the case may be, though. But when I see that, it'd be like, what? Brandon Marsh. Let's see what you got against the four seam alone. Nothing changed. Sosa. Four seam alone. Damn, it went lower. Damn. You getting fly ball 40%, 80 last 10, 40, 100 last 5. Hold up. What's your four seam going to do? 2070. 2070. Let me see. 94. Last 10, 96, 10. So, by the way. So he actually liked this sweeper at 750. I think we found that's a long shot, y'all. So Sword, I feel like Sword and Bryce Harper is like the clear favorites. The I would say my runner ups is Kepler at 520, and the long shot is definitely this Kemp. So you do what you want with that. Righties, you might want to pivot more towards. So I think I like that Kemp even more seeing this. Or Casty. We did see Casty has some decent stuff going on. Let me see. He getting fly balls, hard hits. His last 5, 80%, 20. I think, didn't it look okay over the last 10? So yeah, so Casty as well. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So there you have it. There go your all the places we identified. Some of the lineups confirmed. I seen while we was going. So I'm gonna just identify. Let's look over. Let me refresh one more time. All right, so like first game, second, third, fifth, ninth. When the lineup confirmed, it'll tell you with the check mark, but it's gonna also highlight that person. So Cody, if just try to remember any names that we may have came across. I do remember Cody. That was one of our best ones. He in a weak spot. I do remember Jazz. Coming over here, he had 2 weak spots, Ian Happ and Horner, which I don't remember calling both of their names. Perez. I do remember saying Westberg. I did see Gunner, but remember his it was something about him that threw us off. It was something about him that threw him off. Again, do your part though. Don't just get stuck on making them help you with this. Because remember what I told you. The only way it'll turn green is if it's a 200 ISO or higher. A 417 and this ISO right being under 200, that's another spot that you can identify that you can consider a weak spot. It's not highlighted because it didn't hit the threshold of the 200 ISO. So still look through that. Don't just be like, who's green? Because sometimes you'll get caught up. Oh, somebody down here. Make sure I be scrolling. The bottom of the lineup is his weak spots. Let's see if anybody that we liked was down there. I don't know why it's not. Who the last person? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why it's not showing 9 batters? Ryan Pepiot. Duran, Anthony, we identified Rafaela. He's in a weak spot. Over here, you got only the second, which is Aranda. We identified. He's in a weak spot. Moving along, we got Logan Gilbert. So the third and sixth, which is Riley Green, we identified. Zach McKinstry is in a weak spot as well, but Riley Green is in a weak spot. We did identify him. This looked crazy. Jack Flaherty is just getting lit up this year by everybody. J.P. Crawford, Kyle Riley, Randy we seen, weak spot. Luke Rayleigh and Canzone, all are in weak spots. Austin Gomber, damn, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Frieda McLean, Cruz, that Hayes that we love so much. It's in a weak spot. Nick Martinez, first, third, fourth, fifth. Tyler Freeman, Toglia, he's in a weak spot that we identified. McMahon and Doyle. Mitch Keller, the first spot. Byron Buxton. Anybody else on there? Nope. Woods, the 5th and the 7th. Theirs not lit up yet because they don't have their lineup confirmed. Right now, they're just saying who got the most at bats in those spots. Jack and Canario, and 7th is usually, hopefully Tommy Pham fall in that 7th spot. That's where his most at bats are at this season. You can also click here and see how many at bats they got. But before lineups are confirmed, they're put by the at bat that they have the most at bats at this year. Joey Cantillo, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 9th. That's Edgar Roberts, who we identified, Vargas, and Michael Taylor. Both who we identified are in weak spots. Quan, I'm reading up here. 1st, 3rd, 5th, 6th. So they don't have those identified. Hopefully Schneeman fall in that 6th. 1st, 3rd. Who usually bat 3rd? Hopefully Jose fall in 3rd. Jake Irvin, 1st, 4th, 7th. That's Freelick, Churio, and Andrew. Over here, we got Freddie Peralta, the 4th. And who usually bat 4th? Nate Lowe. All right, Clay Holmes, 4th, 7th, 9th. That's Garcia, one of them gyms, y'all. That was one of our gym spots. John Rave and Isbell. Over here, we got Cameron with the 1st and the 8th. That's Lindor and Torrance. Uvalde has none by the naked eye. I'll just leave it at that. That's on you to go in and get to looking and see if anybody was close that you can make a weak spot. Hunter Brown is 6, and that's going to be Evan Carter. They don't know who the pitcher over there is. Sonny Gray has no weak spots, again, to the naked eye. But I can look right here. A 500 slug. That's crazy. A 440 slug with a 180 ISO. That's crazy. So, again, that's what I mean when I say the naked eye. Nobody highlighted because nobody got a 200 ISO. You look deep enough, you can find weak spots. And guess what? Hopefully this second spot, that's been Matt Olson, who we liked it the most there. That's what I mean by you can identify weak spots even without it being green. Jose 4th and 6th, which is usually Shea, which we hope, or Nick. Either one of them can bat 4th because we like both of y'all. And 6 is usually Miguel. Jeffrey Springs, 2nd, 5th, 6th, 7th, which is usually Vlad, which we hope it is. 5th is usually Kirker Barger. 6th is Clement or Schneider, which we hope Snyder there. 7th is usually Will Wagner. Yamamoto, 2nd, 5th, 6th. 2nd is usually Adames or Devers. Either one will work. They both was people we seen. 5th, Flores or Smith. 6th is usually Smith or Matos, which we hope is Schmidt, because that was somebody else we identified. Robbie Ray, 4th, which is usually Will Smith or Teoscar. We hope it's that Will Smith shit for sure. Miro Kelly, 2nd, 5th, which is usually Nolan. And 5th is usually O'Hoppy. Soriano, no weak spots to the naked eye. 2nd, 580 with a 160 is insane. That's a weak spot. So who would be 2nd? Marte or Perdomo? We move along. Sanchez, 4th. That would usually be Jackson Miro. Nick Pivetta, 1st, 2nd, 5th. 1st is usually Turner or Stotts. What was it? 2nd is usually, it's not saying nobody with a dominant one, so I don't know. And 5th would usually be Nick, who we did see. And that was a righty. So there you have it. So love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern on Twitch for stream. Make sure y'all, please, I can't subscribe, turn the notifications on, but more than anything, make sure y'all liking this. You know, I do this every day for y'all. Like the stream so that it can get into these algorithms over here on YouTube and get to people who may not know about me, but it'll get to them when they start looking for stuff that's going to help them be better at finding spots in the day. So love y'all to death. See y'all tomorrow, man. In a minute, let's get paid. Tag me in what you find. You know, comment. Y'all know I read everything. So hit me up, y'all. Let's get paid.